What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stinson, Neocharge on PSN. Joining me, as always, for episode number 12, number 2 of our 4-part series, is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. What's up, man?
You know, it's just another day in paradise for this guy. Been spending a lot of time playing a very fun game, getting caught up with Death Stranding, and a few other things going on in life. How you been?
I've been all right. I haven't been gaming as much, dealing with stuff. My gaming time will be opening very shortly, but I have been able to play a little bit of Death Stranding, and I also played another little game I'm going to talk about in our What Are We Playing section, so I'm excited to talk about that. Life's been life, just going through the motions, a lot of changes happening, and getting through it. So that's all there is there. And we are drinking and podcasting on this beautiful Wednesday. I look forward to it every week. And you guys are hearing it on Thursday. And so what are we drinking? What are you drinking today?
Well, see, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory, man. It's summertime. Everybody, because we like our microbrews, as the term goes. You know, a lot of them with summertime. We get the pale ales, we get the IPAs and the sours. And don't get me wrong, I like a good sour. I love all beer. But just like, you know what? I'll not say that line. But let's just say they're like Pokemon. I love them all, right? But some of them you love more than others. So I'm working, sitting on the store, trying to find something, and it's another pale ale, it's another sour, and I'm like, come on, give me a brown or some. And I found it's from Woods Boss Brewing here in Colorado, the Foothills Fire Red Ale.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. And I love me a red. And it looks awesome. Oh my God, we're drinking out of the same glass.
Ah, yes.
Our brewery that just shut down Metric. It's an awesome glass. And we are both drinking out of Metric glasses. That sounds amazing. You have to save me a can. Ironic that you mentioned the IPA because I'm deviating a little bit this week, and I'm actually drinking an IPA. I rarely drink IPAs, but it's a juicy. I can handle juicy IPAs. IPAs usually have a high IBU. If you ever go to a brewery and you see IBU, the higher the number, the more bitter it is, because IBU stands for Imperial Bitterness Units. So that's a fun little hack. If you ever go to a brewery and you're like, I don't like bitter beers, look for stuff under 20. So IPAs are usually pretty bitter. But a juicy IPA usually has a lower IBU. And this is called Juicy Tempo. And it's from Odell Brewing Company, which is 2 hours north from, it's from Fort Collins, Colorado. Used to live 15 minutes from this brewery. And this one is some psychedelic hop notes of ripe pineapple and bright orange. And I got to say, man, it's very fruity and delicious. It is still on that bitterness side. And it was kind of like a last resort because I'm running low on my beer. I need to go on a beer run and restock my beer fridge.
Yeah, no, that sounds delicious. I'm not like you. I'm not a big IPA guy. But yeah, I'm up for anything, and that sounds that's good. I will save you a can of this beer though, Matt,
Yes,
because these guys are out of Denver, but it is a traditional, very malty red, but it's got this smoky finish that goes with it.
Ooh.
And it's great from what I read on the can, and what I'm looking into is like the proceeds go towards helping with firefighters and getting whatever they need financially, training and things like that. And that's a great cause. Always, particularly in our state here that likes to unfortunately catch fire sometimes.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, I love smoky beers. Best one I've had priced from Zwei Brewing up in Fort Collins. It was a smoky porter. And sometimes they add smoke flavor, but this one they actually did wood fire smoke on their beer, boiled it in there, and then beer is a whole science, right? And all I know is you get that campfire smell taste in the back of the beer on the finish. And dude, I love that. I just had a smoked one too. I forget what it was, but I paired beer with games, and I paired this smoked beer with Silent Hill 2. So
Oh,
it was,
that's beautiful.
yeah, yeah, it was a very good pairing. I like pairing specific beers with specific games. It's fun. So yeah, I can't wait to try that red.
Speaking of game, or I mean alcohol and games with
Hmm.
pairings,
Ah,
um,
yes,
well, we can talk about that in the life segment. Actually, I don't know about you. We can just move right into it. What do you think?
get right into the
All
life.
right. Well, so I did put on to pre-order. Matt sent this link out for everybody here. Uh, you're gonna have to correct me on where it comes from.
Sure.
Um, but as far as I know, it comes from. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. We're looking into it, but it is a spiced rum inspired from the greatest Assassin's Creed game that came out of that lineup. Good old Black Flag. It's an Edward Kennedy spiced rum. You can find it online. You can go look, but it comes from Anthem Spirits. Is from what I understand. They have it on pre-order right now,
Hmm.
and I'm telling you, Matt. I waited till payday. You sent that link the day before paychecks hit, and I went, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Woke up the next morning, immediately placed that pre-order. We'll be. I'm thinking maybe we'll have to do something because I love Black Flag. That's like the
Oh yeah.
pinnacle Assassin's Creed game for me. So I think we can pair that together. Um,
It was in my top 10 on that episode 10. I absolutely love Black Flag. Edward Kenway is one of my favorite assassins, other than of course Ezio,
yeah,
and all the assassins. I love Ezio, Edward, and Bayek from Origins. I also really loved Eivor from Valhalla as well. Some of my
yeah.
faves. But
Eivor was a
Ezio's
good.
my fave. Ezio's my
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see what else we got. Oh,
but yeah,
you know what? Oh, go ahead.
that's from Tennessee Legend Distillery. It's
Mm,
an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag uh, limited edition rum. Now, this comes out in July. You pre-ordered it. We'll probably be drinking it. Maybe we'll drink it on the cast that it whenever it comes out on the cast we record. But this makes me wonder. Our boy Edward Kenway is getting in the limelight, and they're bringing up Black Flag. Are we getting a remake anytime soon? It's been rumored, and oh man, take my money. I would love a remake of this game. I mean, it was a PS4 launch title, multi generational. So PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. It was on all of them. But man, if they could do that in Unreal Engine 5 or Ubisoft's maybe the Anvil engine they
yep.
have.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
Oh God. Dude, it's the best. It was in my top 10, right? That's all you need to know. It's the best pirate sim ever, and it's an incredible Assassin's Creed game. Some of the best pirate ship gameplay you'll ever play. And Skull and Bones took a lot from it, but don't go play a Skull and Bones. It's a stripped down version of what Assassin's Creed 4 is. And man, if only we could get a Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Maybe Gamescom coming up, Tokyo Game Show. Who knows? Game Awards. Maybe we'll be there for the release. Who knows?
Ooh,
So
that would be really nice.
yeah,
Dude, I look forward to that one. That's you said that's one of them that I keep going towards. But yeah, man, you know what else? You mentioned Assassin's Creed. I think back to Ezio we've taken place in Italy and Europe. I got to bring this back, Matt, and I gotta troll. Or I'm not saying I'm trolling the community, guys, but I'm just telling you. The other night, sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner, and my son Winters goes, "Dad, what about Little Caesars?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it," knowing damn well, Matt, I didn't have any of that pizza that night.
oh no.
I, I threw it in the fridge, and I woke up the next day, a nice slice of cold pizza. Just saying, there is a time and a place, and it is delicious, especially with the vegetables. I get the supreme with all the vegetables, and you get those. They start to crispen back up, and you get that little snap with it. Love it. It's top tier.
Oh yeah. Hey man, I'm not knocking cold pizza. I'm just saying it's not the preferred way to eat a pizza. I love cold pizza, dude. Cold pizza in the morning, like maybe a little tiny bit reheated, but not crazy hot, or just straight out of the fridge, right? I am not knocking it at all, but it's not my preferred way to eat pizza. But I'm glad you liked it. It's glad you liked it. Speaking of food, I came across a new thing this week. I hate the name. I can't stand the name, but I'll say it anyway. It's called a slot dog. Okay. All right. I hate the name, but I got to say, they're on to something. I thought it was like a fad, heard it on another podcast, did some research. Okay. It's literally you take a hot dog, right? Preferably a good hot dog. We use boar's head, like all beef. Make sure there's no filler, there's no lips and buttholes in there. And it's all beef and good and, like lean. So we use boar's head and there's a tool. So just look it up if you're curious. Slot dog. There's a tool that you press down about halfway through the hot dog, and it makes a grid pattern, and it cuts the hot dog into a grid on the top. What this does is it basically, I don't know, juliennes half the hot dog, and then you stick it in the smoker. I stuck it in the smoker at 400 degrees with some hickory and maple pellets, and I smoked it on the slot side down for about 6 minutes, flipped it, smoked it another 400 degrees for another 6 minutes. It changes the flavor of the hot dog, and you get the smoke getting into the meat and where the slots are, and it caramelizes it a little bit. And then it'll hold the condiments better because it's like a grid pattern of the hot dog. It's a game changer, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna eat another hot dog not that way again. Slot dogs.
So he's gonna eat
game changing.
You hear it, folks. He's only gonna ever eat slot dogs now.
I hate it. I hate the name.
I'm looking at this online. Yeah, you're not kidding. It's like this red half circle or half pipe looking device with basically somebody just said, "Oh, well, let's just put a grid over it and press it down on the hot." I'm not gonna lie. I believe you, and I'm willing to try anything once. But what I'm seeing from pictures, this looks demonic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It looks crazy. Maybe I'll send the picture I took in the Discord. Yeah, you got to try it. I'll make them. They're super easy to make. You just have to have the tool. I have the tool, and you just kind of cut a grid pattern into the hot dog, and it just cooks it faster. It caramelizes it faster, and it just adds more flavor. The smoke gets in the meat. It's crazy. It was awesome.
I'm going to put this on the list of products that I'm not trying to knock it, but I'm serious. I'm looking at this as the list of products that go on the top 10 list of products we didn't fucking ask for. Because that's exactly, folks, for reference, it's on Amazon. You can find it on Slot Dog. These pictures, the box looks like something that you would see in the Walmart as seen on TV section. I mean, I believe you, and the science makes sense. But I got to go now. I'm going to go look later because something tells me in the back of my mind this was on Shark Tank at one point.
I bet, man. Call now, and you'll receive not one but two slot dog makers. Shipping and handling not included. Remember those as seen on TV stuff?
Oh, so good. Remember, there is an entire song from Smash Mouth that has the whole line.
Right. Dude, I could see this if it's an as seen on TV. I could see someone like putting a hot dog in a bun and it like slipping out, and they're like all because everyone acts basically retarded on those commercials, and they're like fumbling over shit and like falling into their grill. And they're like, tired of hot dogs slipping out of your bun? Well, introducing the slot dog.
Have you done that work professionally? Because you should probably get into it. That is Billy Mays here with the slot dog for you guys.
Yeah. No, but maybe I should look into it. Yeah, dude, game changer. Don't knock it till you try it. Look it up. It's demonic, but also delicious. So that's really all I care about. We'll have some, and it's a quick and easy thing. You put the hot dog buns in the smoker for like 3 minutes before the hot dogs are done. Get those like a little hot and smoky. And then you throw some elevation ketchup on it, not that high fructose corn syrup bullshit Heinz, right? And then you get the mustard, not the yellow mustard. We don't do yellow mustard. Get stone ground real mustard. And then of course you got to have the sauerkraut. You got to have the finely chopped green onion. And you got yourself a meal right there. Have some potato salad or chips with maybe like a little side salad. Balance it out. You got yourself a fine meal.
I
So,
think that could work. I
yep.
Now you say the infomercial. Now I see it. The next infomercial is going to be the upgrade to the slot dog, because they're going to be some person's going to be trying to press down the hot dog, and it's going to fly out, and it's going to hit the dog in the eye, and the dog's going to go running into the chair. And yeah, I see it now.
Yep. Yeah, those things were crazy. Yeah. What else? What else? Oh, my Game Informer physical issue finally came.
I love it. I love it
Yep.
because I have Game Informer news too.
Yes. Oh yeah. I am so impressed with what they've done. You remember the early runs of Nintendo Power, like the
Oh,
high quality gloss papers with the bounded spine and just a thick magazine just full of gaming news and content. Yeah.
that was you just described an ASMR for all the book nerds out there.
Dude, I gotta say, I haven't read a gaming magazine in a while. Like PSN Gaming Magazine went away, EGM went away, Game Informer went away, Nintendo Power went away. I actually have the last issue of Nintendo Power sealed. And it's really great to hold a gaming magazine in your hands now. And it's Borderlands 4. I flipped through the whole thing just to see like the ad to content ratio. You know how many pages are ads out of probably 150?
Jesus, 150?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. 30?
2.
Oh my god.
This magazine is the real deal, dude. There's not a lot of ads at all. I think there's one in the front and on the back, and it's just filled with content. There are reviews, previews, like 5 or 6 pages. It's dedicated to actually more than that, like 7 or 8 pages dedicated to Borderlands 4, and it's just high quality all around. And I am so impressed with it. I couldn't be happier that I subscribed. And we're not paid by Game Informer or anything like that. We're not sponsored. I love gaming magazines and I love reading them before bed. And I like physical, tangible reading material before bed because I don't like a screen 30 minutes before bed. So, and this was usually what I would read to help go to sleep. Man, I got to say, I had a sound sleep after I read about 10 pages of that magazine. You ever read and it like really makes you tired? It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My Coco Melon brain, dude. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get 2 pages in and be like, huh, boom, gone. But I'm also one of those people. I can't read in bed because I'm the kind of individual that when I get into bed, that's it. Like that's what my brain and my body is wired that way. So when I hit the pillow, I'm pretty much gone. Pisses my wife off to no end because she fights and fights, and then I just pass out.
Yeah, I bet. And it's digital too. You can go read it right now if you subscribe. The cost isn't that bad. I think it's like $50 for the whole year. And I think you get 10 magazines, and that's physical and digital if you want. But the next issue, is that what you wanted to announce? The next issue that they're going to release?
No, because I was just wanted to let you know. I tried, but I couldn't when you had that sale. But yesterday I went ahead and got signed up for my subscription. So to give the listeners here, it is right now with the promotion. It's $70 for the year, which by the way is less than your the Nintendo NSO,
Oh
PS
yeah.
Plus, whatever. Right? $11 off. So brings it down to $59 for a year's worth of great, really great classic. Like these are some of the OGs next to Nintendo Power in terms of game print material. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to it, and it comes with your digital version if you really don't want to read the physical
exactly. And they have archived every single episode or every single what magazine
issue.
issue. That's what I was trying to find. Sometimes it's hard finding words. They are on issue number 369. So
Oh
they have been
crap!
doing this a while. I remember reading Game Informer. Oh, dude, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I was reading, like, looking up stuff on the GameCube. So Game Informer's been around a while. They used to be linked with GameStop, and during their, I don't know, you could call it end times, where they were kind of going under. Their quality of their magazine dramatically changed. They had thin paper, like almost newspaper. There were a ton more ads. So now they are privately owned, not linked with GameStop. And I got to say, the quality, this is probably the best quality magazine I've ever seen.
Yes.
Comparable. Yeah, comparable. I'll show you when you come over. Comparable to the original, like, good quality Nintendo Power magazines. It's just incredible. I love it. And keep up the great work. We love Game Informer. So yeah, and their next issue is going to be on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So if you're interested in that, that's their next issue cover art and cover story.
Oh, nice, nice, dude. Excuse me. I hope I can get the backfill for the Borderlands. We'll see. That would be really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you're subscribed, you can go read it digitally now. But if not, yeah, you might. I think they're still shipping them. Like, dude, I got this literally, I think Monday, so like 2 days ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. So they should just ship you one, and you should get it end of week, next week, maybe.
Oh, all right. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
sometime next week. Yeah.
That would be
Uh,
cool. I'm hoping I caught it right in that window. And they're like, "Hey, by the way, as a thank you for signing up, here's the previous one."
I think you're getting current because the new issue is coming out July 22nd, which is
Oh, yeah, yeah.
in 6 days.
6 days from now, yeah.
Or 5 days if you're listening to this on release. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll get the issue probably next week sometime. So let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Now I can actually have looking forward to, checking the mail for the first time in forever.
Right, exactly. It's very nostalgic, and it's all about Borderlands 4, and the art on the cover, awesome. So, back to food.
Yes.
We got a another question, another food related question, which is interesting. We're getting a lot of food related questions, and we want to read them on the cast. So this one is from a listener and a good friend of the show, Alex, Goat Lord Sriobix, Oracle Mike on Discord, and our guest that's going to be on the next episode next week for the PC episode. But he asked on Discord, and I'm trying to get there. He asked about, let's see, where is it? Questions. Okay, so he said, okay, so I have another food question to propose. Last cheeseburger you'll ever have. Where would you go? How would you want it done? This is a great question, and he asked it on the Discord. Any of you can ask the questions on Discord. We'll read them on the show. So, last cheeseburger you'll ever have. Where would you go, and how would you want it done? You want to take this first?
Sure, why not? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I had to think about this because everybody's got their what do you call it? Their favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their preferred. It seems like I want to say that aside, it seems like there's this a burger war with all the major different franchises out there.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about this, because this question is where last one, am I last meal kind of burger, or is this the last burger I'm ever going to get and all the cows are gone, or
Right.
ground beef or whatever? So I don't know. I think about that. But if I were to take this to the extreme and say this is my last meal, um, I would not go with a fast. I'll give you two answers. I would not go with a fast food one, right? All right. If I had to and I had my gumption and I couldn't make this happen, my actual choice, I'd probably end up going to a Culver's because the Butter Burger is second to none. But my dad growing up made homemade burgers, and he made those things thick with double C's. Okay. uh, and it was simple. I mean, we're talking a full third pound patty that's looks like it was as thick as a novel, medium rare on the inside. And keep it simple. You don't need anything fancy. You just need a toasted bun. You need some onion. You need some mustard. You need some cheese, and boom, there you go. Oh, and pickles too, um, to help balance that out. But that would be my go-to is just go get my dad's burgers. I've tried to recreate, but I could never do it. I don't know what it was. Somehow he managed to do it with the simplest ingredients. And I'm thinking about it now, going, man, because one burger and you're like, I can't eat for a week.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I guess I can answer it in two parts too. Like, where would I go? Because my ideal situation would I just make it. If
Mhm.
this was the last cheeseburger I was eating, this would be homemade, smoked on my grill. But before we get to that, uh, favorite fast food, I'd say I'd go to Crave Real Burger and get my cheeseburger. Just get that plain Jane cheeseburger, lettuce, tomato, onion, maybe pickle on the side. Crave Real Burger, some of the best. I wouldn't call it fast food. I'd say it's sit down. You sit down and order. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah, casual dining, I believe, is what they call that.
yep. But so if it was my last cheeseburger I would ever have, I'm making that shit. So I mean, I assume we have infinite resources. I assume it doesn't need to be beef. So I'm getting 70% elk, 30% bacon, and I'm grinding it up and I'm making burger out of it. Right? Probably seasoning it, just simple stuff. Salt, pepper, garlic. Gonna make a patty out of it. Gonna cook it. Uh, Probably going to smoke it on hickory. We're going to have a Kaiser wheat roll. We're going to smoke that a little bit too. We're going to put Gouda cheese on that. We're going to put arugula. We're going to put lettuce, tomato, onion, and some sort of smoky mayonnaise aioli. And that's the last cheeseburger I'm having. What do you think?
That sounds fancy. It's funny you say that. You know what? I think of the Parks and Rec episode where they do the cook-off. You're shaking your head. You already know what I'm talking about this,
Oh
don't you,
yeah.
Matt? Where Ron, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but they're gonna do a burger cook-off, and you got the one that's the fancy. It's all meat, vegan approved, and it's got the arugula and the fancy toasted brioche bun and everything. And then Ron comes out and says, "Yeah, here's a burger. I got the meat from Food and Stuff. You can put cheese and ketchup on it if you like." And everybody went for the real meat. So I'm just because
Oh yeah.
I'm a slop for just that kind of food, or
Yeah.
I will say slop. I almost said another way.
Eh. Yeah, no, the best meat I've ever had in my life. When I moved out here in 2011, I moved out with a military friend. He had another military friend with the house. Very early on, like a week or two later, he brings an elk in the back of his truck, hangs it in his garage, and starts butchering it. And he's like, "You ever had an elk burger?" And I'm like, "No, but I want it now." Like, that sounds awesome. So yeah, he cut elk with bacon, pan fried it, and it was the best burger I've ever had. Granted, it was probably the freshest burger I've ever had because it was straight off the elk into the grinder onto the pan, nothing else. So yeah, I got a little fancy with it, but there's gonna be meat. There's none of that vegan shit. Okay, I'm a meat eater. I'm an omnivore over here. All right. So no shade to the vegans out there. You do you. But you better be damn sure that I'm going to have meat in my burger, and it would probably be elk. So elk is very lean. It's very lean meat, so that's why you have to cut it with bacon to get that fat content and that flavor. But you get that gamey elk flavor as well. And dude, I don't know how I'd ever make it again, but I want to. I really want to.
Ooh, yeah, elk's that's I've had elk before.
Mhm.
Not ground elk, not like that.
Right.
Um, I'd be really interested. You're right, it is very gamey. But I mean, if we're gonna talk about the fancy stuff, just give me a venison burger, and we'll call it a day.
I mean, elk is very, very similar to venison. It's a bigger deer. Let's be honest.
Y-
So
Yeah, it's tangentially there. I'll give you that much. It's not quite the same as
it's
a whitetail, but I'll give it to
right,
you.
right. It's in the middle of a deer and a moose, right? Maybe
Yeah,
more of like a reindeer. I don't know. Elks are huge. So, but yeah. I had a lot of deer in the Midwest, so I hear you there. Venison is one of my favorite meats. So, yeah. Great question. Keep them coming. We're gonna read them off on the cast. We love food questions, as you can tell. We're both foodies, and we love food. We live to eat. We don't eat to live. And yeah, I'm a big home cook, but I also love going out and trying new places. So if you're ever in the Springs, I'll tell you 10 of the best places for every food group. So we
yeah,
love the food questions.
yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. Or this question came up because I had a lunch, a social lunch, if you will, with a bunch of friends today. And we were in, I don't know if you've heard of it, Matt, here in downtown Colorado Springs. It's like a food court kind of area called COATI, Cody.
Yep. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. Uh, Found a burger there, the My Boy Blue, with blue cheese crumbles and caramelized onions. Oh, yeah. S- I'm a blue cheese enjoyer, aficionado, if you will.
I love blue cheese, and it goes very well with beef. I highly love a wedge salad with blue cheese on it, mixed with the steak. I'm a huge fan of blue cheese. So yeah, that sounds awesome. There's so many good burger places around here. Uh, yeah. So speaking of asking questions on the Discord, uh, if people want to join the Discord, where can they do that, Bob?
See, there you go. No, you can find our link to the Discord as well as all of our socials and where you would love to hear this podcast on other services of your choice by going to our link tree. You'll find that at https:// linktr.ee/shapes of gaming. If you go to that little landing page, you will find not just the Discord link, but you'll find the link to all our socials. You find both of our podcasts, YouTube, which we're hoping to send out and go to video soon. Still in the works. I know that question's come up a couple of times, but absolutely join in. The Discord's there. We've had a couple of new members join us in the last couple of weeks. Join the conversation. Matt and I are on there as much as we can, and we're definitely look forward to having you come be part of this community. So once again, you find us at https:// linktr.ee/shapes of gaming.
Yes, and we appreciate everyone that's joined, everyone that's on there, keeping the conversation going because that's what it's all about. Keep the conversation going. Keep talking about video games or food or Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, whatever the hell you want to talk about. We love it. So yeah. As I was saying, we are doing a 4-part series on in the next month. And we are going to dive into the state of all 4 of the main players in the gaming industry. So we kind of ranted about Xbox last week. And today, on the eve, when you're listening to this, you can pick it up right now, today, on the eve of Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Switch 2. We are going to go into the Nintendo stuff. So that's going to be our main topic. It looks like Donkey Kong Bonanza is getting really good reviews. And I'm very curious to see how it runs. I'm curious to see that Digital Foundry video that will inevitably come out. Are you didn't pre-order? I canceled my pre-order. I need to see how this runs. What are you thinking?
It's you're right. I need to see this how it runs, right? Digital Foundry, their preliminary reviews are out. Looking great. I will admit, everything I saw, looking great. Uh, the question is when. It's not a matter of if I play this because let's be real. I played Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom on Switch One and still had a great time. Okay, it's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when I'll get around to it this year. But it's definitely has my interest. I think some of those new mechanics are definitely they're bringing breathing fresh light into, quite frankly, a stale IP.
I mean, we just got Donkey Kong Country Returns
Wait,
HD, which
wait,
yeah, it got 77 whatever. I was
no,
robbed.
no,
What?
not that.
What?
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Yeah,
Donkey
no,
Kong.
I know.
That's a
Yeah, it's not
remake
an
of a
right.
remake or a remaster of a remaster of an original. We're not doing Last of Us stuff here, folks. I'm not doing that. Okay, I want something new. Before that, it was Tropical Freeze,
That's
and
true.
that came. That came out what 15
Oh no, look it
years
up.
ago.
But
Um,
yeah, no, I'm just saying the IP has been a little bit in the limelight, but yes, I am very excited. It's still on my list. It's a must play for me. It's just a matter of fucking when, right? We're playing a game that's going to be like an hour, like 150 hours, and I'm only like still 30 into it, taking my time. I just don't know when I'm going to get to this game. I couldn't be more excited though, and it it looks great. I hope it runs great, but I'll play it regardless, just like you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be on there, and I'm glad if you get to it before me. I expect a full book report written up on my desk. Okay.
Yep, title page and all. Did you see when it came out? Tropical
I
Freeze.
Yeah, February of 2014. I was thinking 2015. So, but still.
Originally for the Wii U, and then they remade it for the Switch. So yeah, there's very few games on the Wii U that were not ported or remastered on the Switch. I own two Wii U games, and those are both also remasters or even ports. Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. It's literally the only two games I own for the Wii U. Crazy, right?
Shit, dude.
Yeah,
I got a few, uh, but ultimately I didn't finish them, and I ended up playing the ports on the Switch anyways. So,
yeah, yeah. Uh yeah, let's get into the news before we get into the main topic. What's happened this week? What are the cool new things that have been announced?
um, oh, let's see here. What do we got? Honestly, it's been a pretty slow week outside of Donkey Kong. Bonanza, sorry. My brain went well, we're talking so much about Donkey Kong that, I immediately was like, "Yeah, that we're talking about Country Returns, right?"
Right.
No, we're talking or is it Tropical Freeze? No. There's honestly it's been a pretty quiet day, or a quiet week. A couple of small things, with
Yeah.
updates to other platforms. What have you heard?
Something broke today. Small gaming esque related, referring to the casting for the Legend of Zelda movie, live action movie, unfortunately. And they announced the actress and actor for Link and Zelda. So Zelda is going to be played by Zelda, yeah, Bo Bragginson. And then Link is going to be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. Uh, these actors are very unknown. They aren't credited for a lot of things. They're very young. They look like kids. And I couldn't be more happy that they are the lesser known actors and we don't know who they are and they're going to be our Zelda and Link. I still am very cautiously optimistic for this movie. I don't think it should be happening. I think you should leave Zelda alone. Link literally doesn't even talk in the fucking game, so is he going to talk in the movie? Probably.
What?
So Yeah, like dude, I hope he's silent in the movie. I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't ever think it'll meet my expectations because Zelda is my favorite IP of all time, and I just love the game so much. Uh, I like that they're bringing this out for the modern audience and kind of expanding the IP to people that don't game. I'm wondering what storyline they're going to follow. I hope they make a new storyline. I don't want it to follow really any game because it's not going to be better than the game ever, hands down. So I don't know. Like, it looks like he's going to be he's like young teenager. I don't even know how old he is, but they look pretty young. So they're going to go the young route. I just don't do Ocarina of Time. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's fair. I will give you that one. I how do I put this? Uh this Zelda live action movie is the slot dog of video game adaptations. Nobody's asked for this, okay? I don't know a single person that asked for a live action Zelda game or a movie. The now the young unnamed actors, this is brilliant. I love this. Yeah, my concern is we are going to get another Minecraft or Borderlands where it's Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Terry Crews. You see where I'm going with this? Here we're getting something different, which is I you know what the status quo has only worked so much. Let's fucking shake it up, folks. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not a big movie person, anyways. In my middle years here or my middle age life, but if the kids want to see it, or the wife wants to see it, or hell, if you want to see it, Matt, if somebody wants to see it, I'll go along. I'm not going to go down the hall kicking and screaming, but I don't think I'm going to actively go out and hunt for this movie on launch night.
I might see it on launch week, on the discount day, Tuesday. I will probably see it in theaters. I mean, Illumination, they've done some good stuff with Mario, but it was animated, and now they're doing live action, and you just should have kept it animated. I'm I'm holding my breath and I'm holding my opinions until I see more. Uh, I It'll never be better than the game, no matter what they do. You just can't. Like, dude, the Uncharted movie, Last of Us TV series, nothing is better than controlling your character. That's just me. Some people think the series is better than the game. Hey, man, that's why art is subjective, and you think your way, I'll think my way. I just think, controlling the character gets you in the shoes of the character and relates you with the character better. So, I would love to see Zelda take off as an IP. I mean, it's already a huge IP, but give it, expand it. Let's get the Zelda attraction area in the theme park that we're going to try and go to in December.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo World. Go in that DK area, which looks awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love seeing the IP in the limelight. It's one of my favorites, and yeah, I hope they don't fuck it up. That's all.
Please don't. Please, whatever you do, just stick to the source material. Don't give your artistic piece of advice. People, the video gaming community, in a whole, and I hate to generalize, but this is just the way reality sits. Is they're very, very specific. I say we because I'm part of that community. Duh, about timelines, okay? About the little things. So if you change up certain levels of dialogue, you need to understand that the way that gets interpreted, the messaging that gets put in gets skewed. And you do not want to do that with a game that has been out since the 80s. Remember this, folks. Since 1987. Oh shit, we're coming up on that big anniversary. We might explain why the movie launches that year. But do
Exactly.
not do that. This is a beloved franchise. Just stick to what you know. Go read the manga. There was manga out there. Go look at anime. Go look at animated series. Go play a game or two. but for the love of God, do not try to put a message behind this and twist it and make it more modern for general audiences. Please don't.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. So we're hopeful. We're cautiously optimistic. We'll report the news as it comes. So that is the casting. Hopefully, we see who Ganondorf is and Impa and Tingle. Who knows? Who knows who's going to be in this movie? But the main two, right? Link and Zelda were announced, and I'm glad they are lesser known.
Sorry, I just had a thought that
actors. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jack Black is Tingle.
No.
What?
We need to make it Danny DeVito.
Yes. I'm sure AI can.
But he only gets to play as he does. I can't remember the name of his character, Charlie. I think in Always Sunny.
Frank.
That's
he's got to. Yeah.
He's got to do it as Frank.
Oh yeah. I love Always Sunny. He's brilliant in that. That's a brilliant TV series. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. Yeah, that's some Nintendo news, which is relevant and appropriate for our Nintendo episode. News has been light, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on stuff that gets announced and anything for this movie. So, cautiously optimistic, like I said. Let's get into what we're playing, and then we'll get into the main topic, which is going to be the state of Nintendo, hardware-wise and software-wise. But before that, what are we playing, Bob?
So right now I've got two things that are on the platter right now. Okay. So I just downloaded. I haven't started yet, but it is on the list. My son came to me and asked me to play Risk of Rain 2 with him. This game came out in 2021 by Gearbox. It is think of it as a team-based roguelite kind of procedurally generated game, where there's goals, but objectively you're just there to survive as long as you can. I played a little bit of it, and then now all of a sudden, for some reason, it's gotten a resurgence in the last couple of months. So I'm all bored for that one. Let's do it, right? Let's see. Oh, before we get to the big one, new Astrobot DLC.
Yep. So I recently played that, and you played it.
Yes.
So they just keep releasing all this DLC for it, completely free, and I think this might be the last one, because I'm going to tell you right now, they created a new galaxy, right? And it's I don't even remember the galaxy name, but it's a brand new galaxy with some time challenges and some skill-based platforming. Just everything Astrobot is specific to abilities you get in the game. We're not going to spoil any of them. And this last one that shows up in the middle when you complete I think there's 10 of them. It was insane, dude. This was some very tough, precise platforming for Astrobot. Like there are some pretty tough challenges in Astrobot, but this is by far the hardest one. And I gotta say, so without spoiling anything, the bots you get, I was very happy about. Let's just say that. I'm not even gonna say the excitement level. I was very happy with the last few bots you get. If you're a fan of PlayStation, you'll love them. Let's just say that. Dude, Astrobot is incredible. It would have been my game of the year if it weren't for Rebirth. It got game of the year. I'm so happy it got game of the year. It's 3D platforming at its best, at its most technologically advanced. And it's just an ode and a celebration of PlayStation and everything they've done the last 30 years, 25 years. So yeah, this last level got me pretty good. It was tough. It was very challenging. And I got to say it, Bob, I'm sorry, but I did beat your time by 2 seconds.
You know, I will say I would go back and beat those 2 seconds.
Do it.
But I'm so glad to hear the bright side that you had trouble because I was like, is it just me and I'm getting old? Or are these fucking levels legit? um,
That is always a concern of mine. Am I getting too old for this? Are my reflexes like waning? And I thought the same thing. And it honestly, it's all about persistent. You gotta persist through it. You got to be dedicated. You just got to keep trying and trying. Don't make the same mistake twice. Keep learning the level. Keep learning the patterns. You'll eventually get it, dude. When you get to the top and that little challenge puzzle with the block, oh my god, it got me almost every time.
Yeah, dude, that last one, the last segment in that the marathon, I
Mm-hmm.
was ready to throw my controller because I was just every time for a sense, folks, when every time you complete a little segment in these levels, you're like, "Whew, that was tough." All right, let's see what else they got, and they keep ramping it up, and you can tell because you look forward and you go, "Oh, how am I supposed to do that?" And they make these challenges in just a way to where they're segmented out. So you can go slow and take your time at certain points, but there are sprint points where you have to go and there's no stopping. You have to be precise. You have to do it a very specific way, and you don't get to break. Oh, and by the way, the worst part of this, if you die, there are no
Start up.
checkpoints.
Yep, no checkpoints. You start all the way over, and that's the thing, right? You get through one section, get through the second section, get to the third section. Oh shit, you died all the way back. Uh I was determined to finish this because I actually did probably one of the hardest platforming challenges on the PS5 ever. It's on Sackboy's Big Adventure, and it's called the Rip Snorter. And there's a trophy for it. So the challenge in Astrobot was what, 2.5 minutes? About the same
I want to say something like
ish.
that.
The Rip Snorter is basically, think that gauntlet. I'd probably say 10 times harder. You can only get hit twice, and it takes fucking 10 minutes to do.
Ooh, do.
I can look up the trophy percentage, but it's insane, and it's a platinum killer. And I probably studied this entire course, I'd say, for 2 months and practiced a total of 15 to 20 hours just to do it. And I finally did it. I got hit once, but thankfully you can get hit twice. And I finally did it. And I have that platinum for Sackboy's Big Adventure. Did you ever play that game? It's an awesome game.
Let's see. I played one of the Sackboys. I don't. Yeah, it was actually Big Adventure because that's when it came out on PS4, right?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
PS5. PS5.
All right, then
It
maybe
might have been. It might have been multi generational.
okay, but yeah, I do remember. It's funny you say this because Sackboy died, so Astrobot can rise from the ashes, which is it's it's a pity. I liked Sackboy. It was a good game. I had a lot of fun. A lot of good community aspects to it, where they're creating their own levels, skins, things like that, stickers. Kind of like I don't know, another game that's we've been playing this week, huh?
Oh yeah. Just to wrap the Sackboy stuff up, the platinum trophy on this is a
Mhm.
0.4% rarity. So that Rip Snorter is a platinum killer for sure. It was nuts.
Fuck that, man.
I know.
That's what is that other? Uh, fuck. I'd have to go look it up. I'm thinking of another game that was like that, where you had to do a gauntlet and you could not get hit or die. Eh,
Ukulele in the Impossible Lair.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep, I platinum that too. I'm a masochist.
Okay,
I
buddy.
do I do love my platformers. I'm just saying. I do love my platformers. But yeah, the Sackboy Big Adventure is crazy. But the Astrobot last level, dude, if you're any sort of a PlayStation fan and you haven't played Astrobot, what are you doing? Astrobot's incredible. It played off of the Astros Playroom that came bundled in to the PS5 for free completely. And dude, it was one of the best launch titles, I'd say. And then they made an entire long 25-hour adventure from that. And yeah, it's incredible. It won Game of the Year last year. So it was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome. I know because I was like, it's gonna win Game of the Year. It's gonna win Game of the Year. I was around. Nothing against Rebirth, okay, but yes,
Rebirth was my game of the year. I was concerned that the Elden Ring DLC was going to win game of the year, which that has no business even being nominated. So yeah.
yeah.
Or was that the last year? I know. And then Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade should have been in place of Black Myth Wukong. And yeah, I
Thank
think it was the
you.
Elden Ring. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Black Myth Wukong was great, but it wasn't Game of the Year material. Stellar Blade was. And that's, this is all subjective, of course. But yeah, I think there was Elden Ring, The Tarnished or whatever
Shadow of the
DLC.
Erdtree.
Shadow of the Erdtree. That's how much I know about Elden Ring. I feel like Silent Hill 2 should have had its place. So
Yeah, I did. I would definitely could agree with that one.
yeah.
Um,
But
Damn, man.
regardless, I'm glad Astrobot won. And if you haven't played it, go play it. It's an ode to PlayStation and just an incredible 3D platformer. One of the best on the system and one of the top 5 games on the system easily.
Yep.
So
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure for this next one, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm further than you. I have put a lot.
right.
I put a lot of effort into this game. So I'll tell you what, Matt. I'm going to refill my beer and I'm going to let you take this one away and tell the great audience all about this.
All right. Yeah. I had just hit chapter 6. I don't know how much further I am than I was on the last episode. I have some family visiting, and I've been preoccupied with other more important stuff. But I have been thoroughly enjoying Death Stranding 2. Man, I hit this part recently, and apparently this game doesn't have ray tracing, which is insane because I don't know how they're doing it, especially the part I just hit and experienced. No spoilers, of course. But the particle effects, the graphics, it just is running at a beautiful 60 frames a second. And we're playing it on the Pro, we're playing it on performance mode. And I got to say, man, I can't believe this game isn't ray traced.
You're. I would agree with you. And just based on that comment, I had a
You
feeling
know,
I'm farther. I know where you're at, which means I'm. If that's what you just finished, I'm farther.
well, okay, I can say I'm on episode 6.
Same
Are
here.
you further?
But
Okay.
but
And
but the problem with Death Stranding is chapter 4 is like 15 minutes. Chapter 5 is like 20
right.
minutes. Chapter 6, I've been on it for 3 days, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You gotta build all the things, and dude, I'm telling you, like, if you progress the main story, the golden path, you're gonna get tools. Like, you saw what you got in episode or chapter 3, that you can go back to the original place and then just you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, just keep progressing the story. You can go back there. You're going to have a ton more tools. And if there's any indication, they are kind of staying true to the original. They're giving new tools, but they are bringing back a lot of the original tools we had in Death Stranding 1. And if they give us the ultimate thing that we got in Death Stranding 1, I just want to get there and then use those things to go back and do all the deliveries. So yeah, I'm a little more compelled to follow the golden path in the story, but damn, man, you be cruising, you see a package, you're like, I gotta go get that package. I gotta go get it.
I'll tell you even worse. I'm not gonna not. So, this is how I know. I'm a little bit beyond that. So there's another. How do I say this without spoiling? There's
Yeah.
another one of those shelters,
Mm-hmm.
and you eventually get to the point where you get let's just say the possibility or an adaptation for one of your tools. I find myself with one small problem. I built the roads and I built all the rails, and I literally drive around and I will not get out of the vehicle. And I'm just sitting there going boop, 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 package, 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 and I'll just drive around, and then I look and I go, "Oh shit, I've got 15 packages for this place. I need to drive." So I'll start driving that way, and I'll get there, and then I'll pick up more packages along the way. I'll get to the shelter, drop everything off, and then I'll go, "Hey, what other packages are dropped off by porters?" And then I start planning routes into my head, and I'm going in a big circle around the continent, and I am just literally in my little vehicle, just going like just driving
Yep.
around, listening because that the ability
Oh yeah.
to do the ambience, I think is the best way to put that. It I get lost. I literally get lost, Matt. I did it today. I was playing for 2.5 or 3 hours, and I hit a story beat, and I'm like, cool. I know what the next story beat is. I'm gonna go do this real quick, and I'll be right back, and I'm gonna knock it out. 3 hours
Yep.
later, I'm now finally at that point because I got lost again.
I believe, Bob, they call those mules.
Yes.
You
I
get deranged package syndrome,
I
where you have to
100% do.
you have to deliver packages.
Dude, I'll stop. I'll be like, "Oh, look, there's I'm gonna call them bandits. There's a bandit camp. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
raid that place, because I got really cool new weapons that make this a breeze, and then I'm gonna raid them and take all of their stuff, which includes the materials and packages. Oh, wait, I got packages. I better go deliver them.
Right.
I am the, as you would say, the man who delivers.
Yep. Not to mention the main orders that the shelters have that you
Yes.
can get, and you have to do those main orders. There's side orders, and then there's just the I don't know what they call them, the aids. They're like just all kinds of side missions, and every
So
shelter has their own order. It's crazy.
yes. Aid requests. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which you got to look for. You don't get those
Right.
in the shelters. You got to go into to another menu.
Right. Yeah. And then I guess I can talk about a quality of life thing. Maybe.
I'd say
No.
this game has the short answer is this has a lot of quality of life.
Yes.
And every corner of it is jam packed. Uh,
Yeah.
I my problem is I want to go for the platinum, but this is if
Ooh.
I go for the platinum, this is going to be a game that I'm going to get dug into for 250 hours, and I can't do that.
Yep. There is a lot in this game. The map is probably 3 times bigger than the original one, and a lot of quality of life stuff. Just man, Kojima nailed it again. It's so fun to play. It's gorgeous. If you follow the golden path, the story is so engaging. The performances are top tier, and the meat of this game, the gameplay loop, the delivering, it's a FedEx UPS simulator, and it fucking works, man. I don't. Kojima did it again. He's like, oh yeah, this is Death Stranding 2. You know why you like Death Stranding, and I know why you're here. So I'm gonna give you Death Stranding, but you're also gonna be like, what the fuck is going on still?
Yeah, you're right, and but that's a classic. That's the classic Kojima, right? But I think the best way I put it, I was talking to some people, like some friends of mine today, about the game. Death Stranding 2 is Death Stranding 1, but it's a little bit more video gamey. And I don't mean that
Hmm.
in a bad way. I mean that in a really good way. Death Stranding 1 is an experience, and Kojima realized he had the core of what he needed. He just needed to refine the video game elements around it to keep the player base engaged the entire time. And I mean him and his team have fucking done this. It is a phenomenally beautiful, well executed game. Um, this is it doesn't beat Claire, but this is easily my second game of the year.
Yeah. Uh I'd say it's easily my second favorite game of the year as well. It doesn't beat Claire. It might, but man, I don't know. Like there's so many more games coming out. We got Metroid Prime 4, like that hits home for me. So I can't really say what my game of the year is going to be. All I know is we are going to be at the Game Awards, and all of the game of the year nominees are probably, this is the first year that I'm going to be like, if any of these win, I'm cool with it because it's probably. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it might be in there. Metroid Prime 4 will probably be in there. Ghost of Yote looking fresh, looking good. That'll probably be in there. Maybe. Who knows? But right now, our Game of the Year contenders are going to be Death Stranding 2. You know it's going to be in there. Claire Obscure, probably going to win. Hopefully going to win. And then what? Kingdom? No, Split Fiction. Split Fiction is going to be in there.
No. You were right. KCD2. I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't play it, but from my understanding, it is fun. It is a great game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But he's going to have his boy Yosef Ferris in there, and that's sitting at a 91 as well, which Bonanza just got.
Okay, I could see that.
Right.
I think it'll win multiplayer for sure. 1,000%, it's going to win
easily.
multiplayer.
Yeah. Claire is probably going to win Game of the Year, but dude, this Game of the Year lineup, I feel is going to be my personal best lineup because I probably won't care which wins Game of the Year because I'm going to love all of them, right? And that's why we're going to be sitting near the front, VIP Game Awards, baby. We're going. Can't wait.
It is on my list, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely on my list.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been playing Astrobot. Well, I've been playing Astrobot, and the level's called Megamix Mastery, and it's the hardest level in the game, and you get one of the coolest characters in the game. We'll just say that, coolest bots. And then we've been playing Death Stranding 2. How many hours are you in? I'm still like 30-ish hours in Death Stranding 2.
I'd have to go look, but I'm probably pushing close to 50 or 60 hours.
Yeah.
My dashboard probably says 60 to 68, but I'm really probably at 50 because I got to get up, I got to take care of a kid, I got to take care of an animal or whatever, right? But I'm probably a good 50 hours into it. And I'm just a little bit further than you. That's how bad I've got this drone derangement system.
I mean, I don't ever pick up packages from other players. I should lightly, but like, damn, that's dedication.
I'm chapter 6. I have 140,000 likes already.
Holy crap. I think I'm like 60 or 70,000. Maybe I need to start picking up those packages every once in a while. The ones I like.
I can't help it, man. It's just like, ooh, piece of candy. I bet this is absolutely it's gonna take something to break this cycle. So we'll see.
It's part of the reason I canceled my DK pre-order. I don't want to put Death Stranding 2 down. I'm taking my time with Death Stranding 2. I don't want to rush Death Stranding 2. And I don't want to play anything else unless it's like these Astrobot levels I've been meaning to play, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to start another game, another story. I want to see Death Stranding 2 through. I don't know if I'm going to platinum it before I get to another game. Maybe. I might go on a fucking 24-hour binge. Who knows? But that's one of the reasons I probably won't get to DK Bonanza on launch. So, yeah, Death Stranding 2, incredible game. One of Kojima's best. And out now. Go play it. If you haven't played Death Stranding 1, don't play that first. Go play that first. Because you got to play 1 first. And they are time investments. I'm telling you right now. The platinum for DS1 is about 130 hours, and I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked it up. I don't look up times until I roll credits. I wouldn't be surprised if the DS2 platinum is 200 plus. So, yeah. Maybe more.
I wouldn't be surprised. Actually,
maybe more. I haven't even looked at the list. I haven't even looked at the trophy list. Like, I don't usually look at the trophy list until I roll credits because sometimes you can get some spoilers in there.
You're right. I looked at the trophy list. It's easier than Death Stranding 1.
It is. Okay. Easier, but more time consuming? I don't want to know.
I think it's very similar. Just some of the other like more annoying ones, from what I can tell, do not exist anymore. Or not there.
Typically I check out on games around 40 to 50 hours. If I absolutely love the game, like Rebirth, Horizon Forbidden West, Death Stranding, right? I start checking out around 100 hours. But then if I really want to push through to the platinum, I'll break that 100 hours and, 130 hours for DS1. But usually 100 hours is like my max, unless it's like a living game. Fuck Destiny.
Yeah, I was gonna
Destiny,
say we've all got
2,000
their
hours.
games.
Yeah, we all get that game.
According to how long to beat Death Stranding 2,
I don't know.
you don't
I
want to
don't
know.
think our listeners don't want to know either. Yep.
You don't want to hear it.
Nope. I don't want to hear it.
All
Thank
right.
you though. Yeah.
I could tell you, but yeah, man, no, go play it. That's all I got to
Oh
say.
yeah.
Just go play
Yep.
it if you played the first one.
Go play it, love it, enjoy the wild ride, enjoy delivering packages, and let us know what you think. Hit us up on the Discord. Tell us what your favorite aspect of Death Stranding 2 is. So we're going to keep talking about it. We'll probably keep talking about it for 4 more episodes. So we are loving it, and we're going to keep playing it. I think I'm going to binge it at some point. I haven't got around to it because of recent events and family visiting. But yeah. Death Stranding 2. Amazing. Go play it. Main topic time. We're going to get all in the bowels and innards of Nintendo. What have they been doing? They just released a new console. We'll talk about that. But this is part 2 of our 4-part series of the state of the gaming industry, what's happening with the big 4. Of course, we're saving PlayStation for last. And but with Nintendo, we already talked about Xbox. It was kind of more of a rant on Xbox. Sorry. We actually tried to find a Xbox centric person in our community to join the cast, but we couldn't. Not many people are heavy on Xbox anymore, but we ranted about Xbox. That was last episode. Go check it out if you want to hear an awesome rant by both of us. And now we're going to go into Nintendo. You're a huge Nintendo fan. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. We both bought the Nintendo Switch 2 online or on launch. And we talked about all of that on, I think, episode 1. We kind of kicked off this podcast around when Switch 2 launched, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah. And then we're gonna bring some guests on for the PC episode, next one, and then we're gonna have another guest on. Hopefully, we should probably ask them about it before we say anything on the PlayStation podcast.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. We're gonna have you on. I need to shoot you a message. You're gonna love it. So I think for the Nintendo portion of this, Nintendo is heavy on the IPs. They have some of the best IPs in the industry, some of the best first party games in the industry. We're going to focus on the first party IPs, maybe go through the top 10 main popular IPs of Nintendo. And we're going to talk a little bit about the hardware that just came out, maybe a little bit about our experience with Switch 2, like a month and a half in from launch. And it's just going to be Nintendo centric. So let's just start with the Switch 2. Have you been playing yours any lately? I mean,
no. Unfortunately, no, I haven't. But
right.
It's not. All right, so I will say this: I haven't played it as much as I'd like to. That is not the fault of the Nintendo Switch 2. What I have played out of it and what I've touched with between Mario Kart and my backlog of games, checking out what they look like, right? Some of them got cool updates. Some of them not so much. But I have obscure games. I say obscure, but they're not mainline games that I play on the out of the Nintendo lineup. So yeah, I haven't played as much as I'd like to, but that's not the impact. That has nothing to do with anything about the Nintendo Switch 2, other than that it's pretty cool. I mean, I got things I can. I was going to say I got things I could talk about that have been discussed within the community because I've got some thoughts. But take it away, man. What about you? How's your Switch 2 experience been?
Yeah, me too. I haven't really been playing it. It's been docked for a while. Death Stranding 2 just came out. It's interesting because the first game I really dug into was Echoes of Wisdom, which is a Switch 1 game. I still haven't scratched the code for Mario Kart World. And that's the marquee title for the Switch. I don't, it's just the time, man. That's it. We played it, we beat it, and I'm not like, I don't have friends over a lot. And when I did have friends over, we were firing up Doom the Dark Ages and Claire Obscure and Death Stranding 2 and selling our other friend Alex a PS5 Pro, which I think we did. So His eyes were like glazed over, like, oh my God, this is awesome. Um, but yeah, it's interesting because Game Informer actually had an article on this that I recently read in their latest issue, 369. And it one of the articles was what to play next on your Switch 2 after Mario Kart World. And it was Tears of the Kingdom. It was Breath of the Wild. It was Cyberpunk 2077. It was Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It was Bravely Default, the remaster. There's nothing else new except today. You can play Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay? But on launch, 2 months after launch, there's really nothing new. And there's just remasters and patch titles. And we're getting Kirby next month, which is cool. But like, where are the new games? This usually Nintendo is software first, hardware second. I feel like they were hardware first, software second on this launch. And I think the Switch 2 is one of the most technologically advanced Switch 2 or Nintendo systems to date. And I was more impressed with the technology than I was the actual first party launch games. What do you think? I haven't really been playing my Switch 2, and I don't think I will for a while because Death Stranding, I got fucking package delivery syndrome.
Yeah, you're right. So the Switch and I have always Nintendo has been my secondary console. Oh, I mean, if I'm being honest, for a very long time. We're talking the Nintendo GameCube era. It's been a secondary console during the Wii and the Wii U cycle. It was beat out by the 360, and then you go into the PlayStation 4 because I jumped ship on the PlayStation 3 and then into the PlayStation 5 now. It's kind of been a secondary console. So it's I still will buy it because at heart I still love my Nintendo games. They're great to play with the kids. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be that one game. And Nintendo always has one game that I can't get anywhere else. I.e., a la Xenoblade Chronicles. As soon as that gets announced, I'm out. Like, good, bye. I'm gonna go play with my Switch 2 and have a great time. There's 120 hours of my life I'm not getting back. Uh, but I don't know. You're right. Yeah, my concern with the Switch 2 is we've seen this before. History has a rhythm to it. You know, it rhymes, as they say. Um, the Nintendo 64, man. As much as I loved it, I knew you loved it. I have some very fond memories of playing a lot of the good games on there. But for the first 6 months, you had Mario, and then the next thing that finally came around was Ocarina. But in between that, it was very dire. And I'm seeing that same thing happen with the Switch 2, and I've got concerns.
Oh yeah. The last time a Nintendo console was my primary console is the GameCube. GameCube is one of my favorite consoles of all time. Nintendo 64 had some very impactful games, but it was one of the weakest console other than the Wii U. It didn't have a lot of games. We didn't get a Metroid on Nintendo 64. It had a weak life lineup when it comes to quantity, right? The quality of games, some of the best of all time, right? Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie, all those, GoldenEye. But there wasn't a lot, and there wasn't a lot of software there. But yeah, Nintendo has always been my secondary console. I call it my Metroid, Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon box. I get it for the first party exclusives. We have Xbox over here just putting their shit on everything when Nintendo's like, no, you're going to get our console to play our games. And that's how it's going to be probably till the end of time. Mm-hmm. And they don't need to. Their games sell. They're awesome. Sometimes they run poorly, but they're AAA amazing experiences. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza sitting at a 91, like when it comes to review scores. Every single experience I've had, excuse me, every single experience I've had with a Nintendo first party IP has been stellar. The gameplay is always awesome. Zelda is one of my top favorite IPs of all time. And yeah, I get this box to play their games. I'm not getting it for game chat. I'm not getting it to chat over games at 50 or 15 frames a second. I'm not getting it to, like, I don't know, play any third party titles. And we're going to see a lot of third party stuff from the PS4, Xbox One era come over to the Switch 2 with this is a new edition, and I'm not interested in any of it. And if you haven't played them, awesome. Go play Remake on the PS5 if you want the ultimate version. Final Fantasy VII Remake if you want the ultimate version. If you want it on the go, play it on the Switch. It's just not for me. I've already played all these games, and I'm here for the first party exclusives and the game that's a system seller for me that I will put everything down when it releases, including even if it comes out when Yote comes out, which I think it might, is Metroid Prime 4. That's already a system seller. I probably wouldn't have got the Switch 2 on launch if I wouldn't have been able to finance it no interest, and I probably would have got it when Metroid Prime 4 comes out. But that's my system seller, and that's why I'm here for the first party games. And that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, you like you said, the first party games are what sells. I look at this intersection, and I want to take you back on the time machine. Back in my day, as the young ones would make fun of me, um, you look at when Nintendo always decided to do the arms race, the technological arms race, which is we need to keep up with everybody else in the industry. That's when they tend to struggle with the complementary software and getting sales out the gate. 64 was that competition, right? It didn't. It ultimately was not a good. I have fond memories, and I think some of the best games of all time come out of there. Like, so generational games come out of that system. But outside of that, it didn't sell. Not comparatively to what you had with Sony PlayStation, right? Which was a 32-bit system, by the way. Yeah, and not compared to, and then you look at when they tried to keep that up. GameCube was another one. GameCube was technically more powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but the but the PlayStation 2 ended up being a system seller because the DVD player, whenever they kept that, and then they changed this up, and they go back to Gunpei Yokoi's idea of Blue Ocean and essentially sideways thinking, using older technology in your creative ways to generate, like, you revitalize the old beast, as they say.
Right.
The problem is that's when you had the 60 the NES. That's when you had the SNES. The SNES didn't come to the US until after it was released in Japan, and that was mostly because people in Japan were talking about this, and the North American market was like, "Dude, give us the fucking 16-bit, right?" Uh, but then you look at what they did with the Switch. You look at what they did with by they I mean Nintendo, with the Wii. Sideways thinking. The Wii was not a powerhouse. Your blue ocean strategy, catch as many people as you can. The Switch 2, they're trying to do something similar, but they just made they went with a more powerful version of the Switch, the base Switch, which makes sense. Nobody else is doing this, but the games aren't there. Now, as a person who's looking at with history of Nintendo, not the business owner, but the fanboy inside of me is starting to sweat bullets because the signs are there, Matt. They pay $10 for the equivalent of the welcome tour that you can't complete unless you have all the accessories, the upgrades. We're not going to do like PS4 to PS5. We're going to give you the PS5 version because you own the PS4. No, you need to pay the $10 upgrade path. Uh, Not for a remaster, not a Horizon Forbidden West kind of thing, but for a fucking next version on the console just to download.
Right.
We're gonna give it where you're gonna have to pay $10. I'm starting to see those little things leak in with Nintendo, and I'm starting to get concerned because now the company that was the that's the central point for and focal point of who I am as an individual with my hobby. I'm starting to see them get eroded away for profits, and I'm crying inside. I see that on the horizon, and I just screaming no. But I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling. What do you think, Matt?
No, I completely agree. They're getting real greedy. I mean, they're a business. They're there to make money, right? But not packaging that welcome tour in and charging $10 for it. or even charging the $10 for the upgrade on a game you already own. I even think they're not even given an upgrade path for some of the third-party titles, which are key games, by the way, which means they aren't even on the cartridge. It's a cartridge. It's literally a license. It has probably 128-bit key string on it. You put it in the system, then you download the game, and you have to have that cartridge to play the game. Sonic X Shadows, I don't even think has an upgrade path. If you own the Switch version, there's no upgrade path. You have to buy the Switch 2 version. So yeah, they're not doing consumer friendly stuff. They don't. They have some competition in this space now with Steam Deck and Portal maybe, but yeah, they're kind of getting more ballsy. They're getting greedy and a little pretentious, honestly. So, I mean, their technology is awesome, and I gotta say, the Switch 2 is a technological marvel, especially with the magnetic stuff. But yeah, they're making some really interesting decisions, and I'll be very curious to see what the next Nintendo Direct has in store to see why the hell I bought this console. And give me a Metroid Prime 4 fucking release date, please, now. I would very much like that.
That the fact we haven't gotten that release date scares me.
It's concerning.
It is concerning. I think Nintendo got cocky, is what it
Mm-hmm.
is, and they need to be taken down a peg. That's okay.
Yeah.
We do not need an Xbox situation where they completely. I don't want to say implode. I'm sorry. Xbox as a brand is doing fine with its publishing arm, but they need
Yeah.
to be taken down a peg. They need to be shown that, you know what, you can do what you want to do, and nobody's going to stop you. Go for the grandmas. Go for the guys like me who are now starting to get old enough to have kids who are graduating and things like. Go for that generation. Get as many as you can, but you got to do it with more than just, hey, go ahead and buy this because it has our name on it. You got to give us a reason to buy it. And effectively in the last 2-3 months that it's been that system has been out, I I just don't see it. Hold off, guys, unless you absolutely have a reason, a deal, a situation in your life. Don't. What I'm saying with Switch 2, FOMO is going to do not let FOMO conquer you because the grass is not greener on the other side. Point blank.
Yep. Yeah. Cocky was the word I was looking for. Uh, It's not all negative though. And
No,
I
it's not.
know I know we're bitching about stuff, and this is just our experience. And if you have different experiences, please share. But we're gonna get positive now. We're gonna get positive with Nintendo. Actually, let's talk about the positive on the hardware a little bit, right? Because I mean, dude, I had an awesome experience with Echoes of Wisdom. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are like new games. If you're subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you get them for free. If not, $10 upgrade. There is a lot here. There's the app integration with the Zelda notes and the GPS, the TomTom built into Zelda. I think that's all phenomenal experiences, and I have had a blast playing Echoes of Wisdom. Scarlet and Violet, man, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are brand new fucking experiences. If you haven't played those and you have a Switch 2, now's the time to play them. So I think the Switch 2 is going in the right direction. I think Nintendo focusing on technological stuff like HDR, increasing frame rate of older games is awesome. And I hope they continue to focus on that frame rate going forward with new titles. I'm looking at you, Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're probably going to get that Digital Foundry review very soon, probably this week. And I really hope they focus on performance. So I think they're going in the right direction. They have stumbled along the way with this launch, in my opinion. But yeah, Mario Kart World looks phenomenal. It runs phenomenal if you're playing just two people on co-op. If you have more than four, it tanks the frame rate. I know, right? You said.
Yeah, if you go to over the 2 because it does the split 4-way split screen, the it definitely you can see the difference. Let's leave it like that.
Yeah. So this is an awesome product. Like Bob said, though, I think you should maybe Donkey Kong Bonanza might be a system seller for you, and if you have the time, it looks like it's getting amazing reviews, and it's our first 3D action adventure Donkey Kong games since Donkey Kong 64. We've usually had 2D side scrolling. But what can we look forward to on the Switch 2? Why the hell we get this system? What's the state of these popular Nintendo IPs? Well, we're going to start low and go to their most popular, which of course is Mario. But let's talk about Mario Kart, right? We got Mario Kart World. That's out. It's awesome. It's fun. If you have a lot of friends coming over all the time and like to play Mario Kart, it's a great entry in the series. It's not where Mario Kart 8 is now, in my opinion. I like the anti-grav stuff, and this doesn't seem to have really any anti-grav stuff, but the courses are fun. There's a lot of variety here. The music, I think, is some of the best in the series. I had a blast playing the 3 hours I did. And like I said, if you're planning on playing this every once in a while with some friends, pick up and play. It's an awesome title, bundled in with the Switch for $50. Standalone for $80, which is very steep for a title like this. But if you find the value in it, awesome. Yeah, you had fun with Mario Kart, right? You own it. How much have you played since we played the 3 hour campaign?
I've played a couple hours. I really enjoy. So I'm going to put it this way. I really like the game. I think it is a lot of fun. This is the type of game that you got buddies coming over, and you need something to do, and you guys don't want to the best way to put it is my PlayStation is my primary single player console. I don't play a lot of multiplayer on it unless it's online, but this is my couch co-op game. Pull up a couple of beers, pull up a couple of chairs, crack open a couple of controllers. Boom, let's go do it, right?
I think it's pull up some controllers and crack open beers. You don't want to crack open your controllers.
Damn it. Let me do it my way, okay?
we don't condone breaking controllers. I know. It's funny. Just I had to say something. Don't crack open your controllers.
Yeah, please. PSA. Bob was trolling y'all. Please do not do that.
Right.
But in all seriousness, this is a great couch co-op game. I love it. Is it my game of the year or anything? No. My only, I guess I could say the only negative thing is, and this is me trying to nitpick at it, is there's not enough innovation to justify why this game exists. It's more Mario Kart. Yay. There's more characters. Yay. But I think there's some things about it that are a little wonky, like taking away the customization. And then you'll have like more characters, but one's just a reskin of another. So it's like Wario, but it's Wario in a pirate outfit or whatever, right? And if you look, they have different stats. But what if I wanted to play Wario dressed like a pirate with the base Wario stats? Like, this doesn't make it doesn't add up. But overall, it's a beautiful game. It sounds good and it plays well.
Yeah. I attribute it to basically a roller coaster. It's super fun, super short, and very exciting. But there's not enough meat on the bone in this title to justify the price and the fact that it's the only first-party launch title for this next generation on the Nintendo console. So I had a blast in what I played. It's fun. But yeah, there's not enough meat on the bone there. So yeah, Mario Kart. We already got the new game. They're not working on anything next that we know of. We already got the game. The game came out. So an aside that isn't on this list, but I do want to talk about it, is Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, right? Yeah.
So we're not getting another Super Smash Brothers anytime soon. Ultimate. They actually might bring an Ultimate edition for Switch, right? Or Switch 2. They could clean it up. They could patch they gotta patch it. Like, Ultimate has everything in it. It's why it's called Ultimate. And maybe we'll get a Switch 2 edition, like patch or standalone title for people that don't own Ultimate. What do you think? They're not working on a new one from what I know. And I think Ultimate might be the last Smash we might ever get. What do you think?
No, you're right. If I'm not mistaken,
Sakurai's done.
Sakurai he's done with it. He has gone through quite literally almost hell with his health and everything, making these games. I could be wrong, but I think I've heard, or I believe, if my memory is correct, I've heard rumblings that Sakurai is working on something else. We don't know what it is. So, if you're a Smash fan, I loved Ultimate. I still play it every now and then just for the hell of it. But I think you're right. You hit it right on the nose, Matt. If anything, we're going to get a Switch 2 edition of Ultimate, but we're not getting another Smash Brothers probably ever. And if we do, it's probably not going to be helmed by Sakurai. And then at that point, I really don't consider it Smash.
Yeah. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Edition. um,
No, they'll be so unoriginal. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Switch 2 edition.
Right. I'll be excited when it comes to Switch 2. Would love to see a better frame rate on that game. It could heavily benefit from a better frame rate, especially online. Maybe some game chat in there. As long as it doesn't tank your frame rate. I love Smash. I played a lot of Smash. Cloud and Link are my boys on there. And I would love to see this have a Switch 2 edition. So I just wanted to add that. Let's see. Next major IP, one very close to my heart, one I actually played last Halloween, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion 2, Dark Moon, got a remaster on Switch. I don't know how it runs on the Switch 2. I played both these on the Switch. And then I finally played Luigi's Mansion 3, which was incredible. I loved it. 1 is still my favorite. And I think this might be where they're going. I think we might get a 1 remake for Switch 2. What do you think? Did you play any of the Luigi's Mansions? You played 1, right?
Yeah, I played 1 and 3. I didn't get a chance to play 2 because it originally came out for a handheld, and then
3DS,
and then their remake. I just never got around to it. Right. I think 3 is the pinnacle of the Luigi Mansion series. I really enjoyed that game. There was something about it. Its level design is what really got me. But I like where you're going with that. Maybe. But you know what I think is more likely to happen?
4.
No, I think this is
What?
going to be. I think this is going to end up being a dormant IP. We'll get a 4, but I think it's going to be dormant for a couple of years. And what they're going to do is they're going to give us, if it's not already, and correct me, you can check me, is Luigi's Mansion is going to get launched to the GameCube for NSO.
Oh yeah, that'll happen, and that'll increase hype for it. And I think this series has grown in popularity, especially. So 2 is the weakest of the series of the 3, right? And then 3 is phenomenal, amazing gameplay, added a lot of new elements, way longer than the first. 1 holds a special place in my heart, but it could be argued that 3 is the best in the trilogy. I honestly think Luigi's Mansion has grown in popularity as an IP, and I think we're going to get one of 2 titles. We're either going to get Luigi's Mansion 4 or the remake of 1 on the Switch 2. I think we're going to see it in the next 2 years.
I would love to see that. I love these games. There's something about this, the fact that it's supposed to, it has this horror theme mixed with like this Benny Hill skit that's going on. I love it. It's unique. It's a unique ambient. I can't think of it. Thematically to it, and I'm all here for it all day long.
Yeah. When I picked it up recently, like I said last October, it was kind of like a Halloween game, and I played 2 and then 3. It's just got a vibe, man. It's very fun, very tight controls. 3 ran beautifully on the Switch, no problems at all. Performance-wise, awesome. Fun gameplay. You're playing as Luigi. If you haven't played any of them, man, I would check them out. Maybe wait for 1 coming out on the GameCube NSO. I'd say you're probably right about that. And then maybe they'll see the hype for that. I mean, dude, Luigi's Mansion was one of the best games on the GameCube. It was a launch title with Wave Race, Blue Storm, I believe it was called, and it just highlighted the new graphic capability of the GameCube. and it just impacted me. Like, this was kind of going, it wasn't going from 2D to 3D, right? It wasn't going from SNES to 64, but it impressed the hell out of me. And I got the GameCube on launch. I I saved my lunch money for the GameCube. Yeah, I was in high school at the time. Because it came out in 03, 04. And or yeah, somewhere around there. And I like, my family, my parents weren't buying it for me, and it was the first, console I wanted to buy myself. So I got three friends together at lunch, and I was like, "Hey, uh, so my dad gave me lunch money, right? I pocketed the lunch money for like 2 months or something. I don't know. The GameCube was like 200, $300. It was like $3 for lunch money, $3 or $4. Pocketed the lunch money. And I said, "Hey, give me 1/4 of your lunch to three other people." And I said, "And if you do, you can come over and play my GameCube." And they're like, "Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome." Because no one was getting a GameCube. I was getting it, but no one else was. This was, dude, in the Midwest. People weren't buying systems on launch. I was 17, I think, 16 or 17. And yeah, it was like a little business deal I had at a very young age. So I had them just give me 1/4 of their lunch, which made me like a full lunch. And then I just pocketed the lunch money and then saved all that money and got a GameCube with Wave Race, Blue Storm, and Luigi's Mansion. Uh, that's how we did it back then. But
Yeah.
yeah, fun fact, fun story. I love Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite games on the GameCube. It's awesome, and I would love to see one remade. It would be, I think that's a home run for them to remake it and put it on the Switch too. So.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Well, maybe.
Yeah. The next IP, fun fact, I'm not into this genre or this series. Nothing against it. It's got amazing entries, but I'm just not into the series. I think you are, and that is Fire Emblem.
I knew you were going to say that.
Fire Emblem. We just got Fire Emblem Engage. Well, didn't just get it 2023 Fire Emblem Engage for the Switch. Did you play that one?
That one I missed, unfortunately. But you're right. Fire Emblem it's an interesting series. I'm a tacticals guy. Like, there's one other game this year that's really going to be a put down everything for the most part, and that's Tactics Advance. But the Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles.
Yes.
But Fire Emblem's really good. This is the game that I think we're getting another mainline entry for in the near future. This is I don't want to say it's an annualized series, but it's a series that comes out on a regular cadence. And it always sells no matter what, because it's one of those, you do not need to change anything up. You have a winning formula. All you have to do is craft a story around it, and then boom, on your way you go. I think this one's coming. It might be announced in a 2026 is what I'm guessing. And if we don't see or hear anything, then I start to get concerned. I'm going to start getting concerned about the series is where it's at, because by now we should have gotten one, or at least some kind of an announcement.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Intelligent Systems is the developer. I mean, Nintendo's of course the publisher with other Nintendo devs. I 100% agree. And this is kind of like the exciting time, right, for Nintendo. This is the next generation. Like, this is the PS4, PS4 Pro era for Nintendo. Like, the next Mario 3D, we'll talk about that. We see is going to be gorgeous, and it's going to be Pixar, and it's going to rival like the Ratchet and Clank games on PS4 or PS4 Pro. Like, I think the Switch is extremely powerful, and it's exciting seeing all these IP get their fresh coat of paint, next generation titles and graphics and performance. So yeah, the next games we see, hopefully at the next Direct, man, hopefully they blow us away. Metroid Prime 4 is already looking amazing. But yeah, this is an exciting time. I've never played any Fire Emblem games. It's just not my genre. And I think Intelligent Systems is definitely working on a new entry that we could see 26, 27. Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Just don't let it be a WarioWare game.
Right, right. I like WarioWare games. They're fun little party games. But yeah, they're. I think. Are we getting a WarioWare? No, I don't think we're getting one for Switch 2. We got a couple on Switch.
Yeah.
My favorite one's on the Wii. That's a really good implementation of the Wii motes.
I just thought about it, Matt. I didn't even
But
think about it till now. You're right. Sorry, keep up with my brain. I think I know why we haven't seen anything yet.
why?
Is what came after Fire Emblem Engage that intelligence system made. Do you know what I'm alluding to?
No.
Came out the very next year. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door,
Yes, which was awesome.
which was awesome. So I wonder if that took up some of the resources.
Could have.
So maybe. Either way,
Yeah.
I I'll pick it up. I would absolutely pick it up and take some time, and while I'm traveling or whatever, play some Fire Emblem, man. It's a great pick up and play game. That's what I like about them.
Yep. I won't. Not because it's a bad game, just because it's not my jam. And this next one, honestly, isn't my jam, but it's a huge popular Nintendo IP. They released the third one, 2022, and we're probably getting a new one on Switch 2, or maybe an enhanced edition of the third one on Switch 2. Talking about Splatoon PvP. Not my jam at all. I haven't played it ever. I'm not interested in the least bit. It just doesn't interest me at all. But I'm sure we have some listeners out there that are excited. They play Splatoon, and they're excited for the next entry, which is probably coming. I'd say a couple of years, maybe 3 years. Did you ever play Splatoon at all?
I played not enough to really make a good review out of it, but I definitely played a bit of it. I think it's a really cool premise. I think it's really awesome. I think that the history of Splatoon and its creation, quite frankly, is more interesting than them playing it. And that's not saying it's a bad game, but I'm talking about for me as the type of gamer I am, right? Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, maybe. I thought Splatoon. I get a sense that Splatoon 3 might be the last that we'll see for a while. I'd be shocked if they don't come back to this well, because it is one of their newer IPs that kind of launched. You know, they tried Splatoon, and then there was Arms. Arms failed, but Splatoon just kept going. But my kids played it. It's a great premise. Looks like a lot of fun. I don't have time to play an online arena shooter.
Yeah, same here. It's a living game. I'm sure we're gonna see a Splatoon 3 Switch 2 edition. That's a mouthful. Maybe even late this year, maybe next year. They'll probably enhance it, and I think that game would heavily benefit from a Switch 2 patched version. It might have already gotten patched, but I didn't really pay attention to it. Maybe you can look it up. But I think, yeah. Oh, they're definitely going to release a new one for Switch 2, especially with game chat and everything. And they're really prioritizing community of like they always do, multiplayer, and have the camera and everything. They're definitely Splatoon is going to be spotlight for this stuff. But yeah, I think at the least we're getting a Switch 2 edition for Splatoon 3. I don't know, and I've never played Splatoon, and I don't care, but it doesn't mean it's not a very popular IP on Nintendo. Did it get patched?
It did, and
Yeah.
they
Okay.
fixed the frame rates. They fixed a lot of stuff apparently.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was one of those one of the ones that got patched, but I didn't like. I might have glazed over it.
No,
I
it
was
was a
excited about the Zelda and the Pokemon, and that's about it.
yeah. Apparently, it was a huge patch, included a bunch of new weapons in it and everything. So like they
Cool.
went full bore for it. So hey, you know what? That's our Splatoon 3 Switch 2 update.
Yeah, there we go. You don't even have to pay for it. Free patch. Love when they do this, and it benefits from the new hardware. So, if you played Splatoon 3 and you want to play it even better on the Switch 2, then go play it. It's a free patch. That's awesome. Love when they do that. Still not even the least bit interested. This next one, it's an IP. I don't know. I'm a little interested, I guess. They just released one in 20. I wouldn't say just 2022. It's Pokemon. I mean, I guess I'm a little interested. No, this is one of my favorite IPs of all time. So Pokemon, we're getting a Switch 2 edition of Legends ZA. We got Scarlet and Violet, both incredible games. I love them so much. I played them back to back. I played Violet and then Scarlet. And then I played some of the DLC, and then I waited to play a little bit of the DLC on Scarlet for the patch, which is also free patch. And I got to say, the color depth, the performance, frame rate, the resolution, all just night and day. This is a new game. If you haven't played Gen 9 of the Pokemon entries, now's the time to play it. It runs beautifully on the Switch 2. I'm looking forward to playing the DLC Teal Mask and Indigo Disc on Scarlet. I played them on Violet. It ran really bad. This game would tank to like 15 frames a second in the water. Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But on the Switch 2, nothing. Runs beautifully. Draw distance is better. Color is better. Everything is just better. So Scarlet and Violet were solid entries in my opinion. They ran like shit, looked like shit, but the gameplay, dude, gameplay is king, and I loved every fucking second of it. I played 80 hours straight through, 40 hours on one, 40 hours on the other. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I probably looked through some of the performance issues. I'm a little upset that I didn't wait and play on the Switch 2, but that's all right. And we have Legends ZA. I don't know how hot I am on this. I didn't play Legends Arceus, and they didn't patch Legends Arceus, so I'm not going to play it. Talk about a shit show of performance. That game ran real bad. And Legends ZA that follows Gen 7, the Kalos region, is coming out. That looks cool. I don't know how hot I am on it. I will be there day fucking one for Gen 10. And that is 100% coming to the Switch 2, either next year or the year after. I'd even say next year because they stagger the releases. Either next year we'll get Black and White remake or Gen 10. Gen 10 might be 2 years away. We might get it holiday 27 and Black and White remake holiday 26. I couldn't be more excited for both these games. Gen 5, Black and White was one of my favorites. What Pokemon games have you played? Have you touched? I showed you a little bit of Violet, and you were just like, "That's cool."
I mean this in the nicest way, Matt. Okay, so I played. Let me first answer your question. I played about an hour of Shield on the Switch 1. I mean this in the nicest way, folks. I am not trying to rip and throw shade, but I don't think I have that kind of autism. Okay, for a Pokemon.
I do.
Yeah, yeah. See, you see what I'm getting? It just it doesn't resonate. I do want to say it is possible we get something because next week on the 22nd is Pokemon Presents.
Yep.
So maybe we get something more than just an update about ZA because we've seen a lot of it. What are your thoughts?
I think next up, we're probably going to get Black Bolt and White Flare. I think that's going to be a next year release. They might surprise us. I don't know. We might get a teaser for Gen 10, maybe like just a teaser like we got for Scarlet and Violet in 2018, 2019, like 3 years out. I think we might get a teaser for Gen 10. That's kind of shooting in the dark a little bit, but Black Bolt and White Flare are coming. It's just a matter of time. The set is releasing fucking tomorrow, this Friday. Black Bolt and White Flare. They already have the names. Yeah, I think we might get that. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I've played it since I was 10. I've played every single entry. I own every single entry, mainline title. And I couldn't be more excited for Gen 10. And we're getting it on the Switch too. I'm curious to see what direction they go, but it's going to be gorgeous. Hopefully it's going to run great. Probably won't, but it'll look gorgeous, and I'll still play it because I'm a sucker for Pokemon. I love it. The Pokemon Presents, we'll report on it after that happens. What day of the week is that? You said the 22nd?
Should be
so. Damn. We'll present on it.
Sorry, Tuesday. Sorry.
Perfect. Awesome. We'll present on it the next day, and we'll put it in the news because I love everything about Pokemon. And it is Nintendo's most profitable IP of all time. Not Mario. It's Pokemon. They make everything. They make cards. They make games. The merch. My God. So I actually have my Black Bolt and White Flare Pokemon Center ETBs coming Friday. So I don't know if I'm going to crack them or keep them. So we'll see. But yeah, Pokemon, one of my favorites. Emerald was in my top 10. I'd say Fire Red and Leaf Green are up there too. Huge fan. Not sure how hot I am on ZA, but we'll see how it does. That's coming November of 2025. And that is originally a Switch game, and it has a Switch 2 edition. So the next actual next generation game is either going to be Black Bolt White Flare, the black and white remakes from Gen 5, or the Gen 10. We'll see. So next up, I don't know if you play this or not either, but this is the last IP of the 3 that I don't really play. It's hugely popular though. Animal Crossing.
So I don't play. This is another one of those. I don't have that type of autism, but I'm telling you, my wife does. When New Horizons came out, Nintendo got all of my money. I had my base Switch, bought 3 lights, one for my wife, one for my young middle child, and one for my youngest, and I bought another main full size Switch, not a light, for my oldest who was playing Pokemon, right? But they all played fucking Animal Crossing except for me. These are really cool games. I think they're really awesome in premise. I think they're cute, they're cozy, but they're living games, Matt. You're that's what they are, right? So I can't dedicate the time to them. Maybe if Tom Nook was a little bit nicer to me, I'd be more onto it. But I know of the series. I haven't played it. It's not for me. But I absolutely recognize the power that is this game, and we should get a new one soon. I would suspect that it's coming.
Oh yeah. Yeah, New Horizons released during COVID, and it was the best time to release this game in 2020. It was a massive success. Sold a shitload of copies because everyone was, going through the COVID stuff. I was the one playing Doom Eternal and Final Fantasy VII Remake, while other people were, playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I loved Harvest Moon. I tried. Harvest Moon is another sim game, which I'm a big fan of. Love Back to Nature on PS1. Never got into Animal Crossing. And I dabbled on it on the DS. Never got into it. Never hooked me. And I was looking into New Horizons until my friend told me, oh, I got to log in because weeds are growing and I have to clean them up. And I was like, so the clock keeps running when you're not even playing and weeds grow? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, nope.
That's exactly it. People time travel in that game.
Yeah. It's cool. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, probably going to get a new one either this next year or the year after. Won't get one this year. But yeah, 2026 and beyond, we're definitely getting a new Animal Crossing title. New Horizons was a huge success for them, and they're definitely working on the next one. So gonna capitalize on that. The next one I know I love. I don't know how hot you are on it, but I drafted 2 of these games from this IP. One was very unfairly scored for some reason, but Donkey Kong. The new one for the Switch 2 releases today. You can go get it. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Going back to 3D platformer Donkey Kong since the 64. We got the Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for Switch. Runs 60 locked if I have anything to say about it. I played the whole game front to back. Didn't see a frame stutter once. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, we're going to see how it performs. This is one of the main Switch 2 next generation titles. So I love that they're returning to form from the Nintendo 64 days. And I am very excited for this game, but I'm playing another game now, which we talked about, which is Death Stranding. So I know we know where you stand on this game. Any other thoughts on Donkey Kong or what you like to see them do next?
I just, I mean, honestly, let this one breathe, and then we'll go from there, right? Donkey Kong Country, it is peak. I love DKC. All three of them. They are some of the best SNES games out there. But let this one cook. I'm curious to see if it looks good. I'll get into it. DK64, which is which is the 3D Donkey Kong game. I played a little bit of, but let's be honest, I played my 64 for Smash and GoldenEye.
Yeah. I honestly think you'd love Donkey Kong Country Returns HD and Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze. They're a return to form on the SNES games.
Yeah.
And yeah, you played a little bit of it when you came over, and you enjoyed what you played.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It looks good. I would love to get to play that one. We'll see. Maybe I'll get around to it on a sale. Wait, never mind. Nintendo never puts this shit on sale.
Yeah, in time. Black Friday. But yeah, it's the time factor. I totally understand. I still need to go and complete some of the crazy hard challenges and returns, but I mean returns HD. But dude, it's the time. Like I'm gonna drop probably 5 games next month alone because I'm playing Death Stranding 2. Like 5 like legit games that I had on my list. And I don't know, man. These if anyone that says we don't have enough games to play is not a gamer. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, super excited for it. Go play it. It's out now. Hopefully it runs well. But I'm sold either way. Love that it's returning to the 3D platformer, like third person. This next IP is my third favorite IP from Nintendo and one of the system seller titles this year. Of course, I'm talking about our girl Samus Aran, Metroid. Let's see, Metroid on the Switch. We got Metroid Dread, which was my game of the year in 2021. It beat out some crazy titles on PS5, but dude, it's Metroid 5 following Metroid Fusion, and it's incredible. It's an amazing Metroidvania. I loved Dread. Did you play Dread?
Yeah, I platinumed it, and I'm saying that in air quotes, folks.
Yeah, no,
I dove into it.
Oh yeah, that's impressive. Because that is very hard to 100%. There's a lot of Shine Spark puzzles in there, and yeah, dude, if you love the old school Metroid 2D Metroidvanias, Dread is just a incredible title. Amazing, and I can't even believe we got this game. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say the Prime series. This is great. I love we're getting 4.
Mhm.
I love what's really great about the Metroid in 2D side scrolling, the Metro out of the Metroidvania, and then the Metroid Prime, the 3D is that's one of the few games, and we're kind of our IP. We're going to talk about another one here in a little bit that can make a jump from 2D to 3D so smoothly that they're both entertaining, and I'll play them.
Yeah. Yeah, Dread was amazing. And then we got another surprise shadow drop from one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 10, Metroid Prime remastered on the Switch. And that's I still think we're getting echoes and corruption, maybe a trilogy with the mouse controls, Switch 2 edition, ramping us up for Metroid Prime 4. I'd say holiday 2025. Hopefully it's still releasing this year. The next direct will tell us. I think we'll get another
Yep.
the last trailer. We'll get a release date. We're going to try and do a live reaction on that for Metroid Database. We did it last time. Hopefully you'll have us both on and we'll do a live reaction and maybe post it on the Discord, or I mean, it'll be live, so you can tune in. But I'll talk to him about that. He loves doing live reactions, especially and he, referring to Ryan, Infinity's End, he runs the biggest Metroid fan site on the web, Metroid database, and he likes doing live reactions. So hopefully we can both get on and do a live reaction for the Metroid Prime 4 last trailer. I don't know how much more I want to see. I'm already sold in holiday 2025, if I were to guess. Probably going to be announced in the next month or so. I mean, we're getting fucking close. It's getting concerning. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Metroid Prime 4, couldn't be more excited for that. This is my favorite IP of all time and of Nintendo. And I know you love this IP as well. It's not Nintendo's most popular IP. We all know Nintendo's most popular IP, but it's my most popular IP. And of course, I'm talking about The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda, the last game we got was Tears of the Kingdom in 2023. We just got Switch 2 editions that released with the Switch 2 launch. They're prettier, they run better, they're more colorful. They're basically new games. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they're incredible Zelda titles. Not the best by all accounts, in my opinion, but I mean they're really fun games. And you're gonna pick up Tears at some point, right, Bob?
Yeah, I'll end up grabbing it. Maybe it'll be I don't know. I get a sense Tears feels like a Christmas holiday game. So maybe we'll take a look.
Yeah, there you go. What excites me though is what's next for Zelda. What the next marquee mainline title that's going to be Switch 2 exclusive, and I hope they go dark with this one. I want to see a Soulsborne Miyazaki level Zelda. How fucking awesome would that be?
Dude, I would love something like that. Oh, especially since we've gotten the Tears formula now. We've got the Echoes formula. What I would I like where you're going with that. Personally, I want them to get to the Minish Cap and put it into that same engine as Echoes and Link's Awakening remaster. But I'm here for anything. You just keep it away from the Tears stuff. I'll play it again. It just didn't catch my eye at the time, because if they release it in that style again, I'm not going to be interested. But outside of that, I'm here. Or that and a live movie.
No, cautiously optimistic for that one. Tears actually brought back the dungeon formula, so you'll be happy to know that. But yeah, man, just go back to the original formula. I don't want to see it like Elden Ring. I kind of want to see it a little more linear. Give us a little bit of choice, but dude, just give us that Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess formula. You know, maybe let us choose our dungeons. I don't know. Put a lot of dungeons in there. Make it gorgeous. Make it a little darker, grittier. Put it in the Hero Fails timeline. Dude, that's what I want. Just give us a tougher, maybe give us difficulty options, right? And I just want to see a more grittier, down to earth, of course, all the magic and everything like that. Zelda, third person action adventure. None of this Minecraft building stuff. It was fun, but just we're done with that. We're done with that. Just give us a good narrative driven third person action Zelda, please. That's what I want. And I can only compare it to a Soulsborne game. So, another title I think is very close on the horizon, closer than we think, Zelda wise, is the next 2D top down remake we're gonna get. And boy, oh boy, it's one of my favorites. Please give us in the engine of Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom, because we know that engine runs beautifully on the Switch 2. Give us the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Please. How awesome would that be?
You're right. Those are what's funny is the Oracle games are there's a good history. Go look at the Oracles. Look at the contract and who actually made them and all this other stuff, right? And publish them. Go look at that stuff. These are very underrated games. I guess, yeah. I would not be disappointed with it. Let's leave it like that.
Yeah, oh, dude, this would be a day one purchase both of them, uh, put everything down to play them because I loved how Echoes of Wisdom played, and if we get the Oracle games, which are my favorite top down 2D isometric, I believe they call it, I'm all in. Love those games, and then let us link them to get the secret ending. Fuck yeah, love it. Um, what do you want? What kind of Zelda would you want on the Switch 2? What would be your optimal, ideal Legend of Zelda game? Next generation, PS4 level graphics. What do you want to see, Bob?
Um, I want them to go back to the 3D style of, but not this Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I want them to go back to the roots of the Ocarina of Times, the Majora's Masks, the Twilight Princess. You know where I'm going with this, right? I want the sense of adventure to be going, hey, I wonder if there's something over there, and then I look and I go, oh shit, there might be something to bomb, and then or whatever, right? There's a mini game, there's a challenge, and I go, oh cool, I got a heart piece, I got a silver rupee, whatever that is. Not, hey, I need to get over to that other mountain. Let me build a flying machine, and I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna go up and over, and look at me go. Because
Woo!
yeah, sorry, that is not entertaining to me. But that's because let me put it this way: Miyamoto wanted Zelda to be the opposite or the antithesis to the other series that we're about to talk about next, where instead of being tight in story and driven around a linear line, he wanted Zelda to be this open world adventurous thing. I get where they're coming from with this new style of Minecraftiness, but that's not the sense of a grand adventure. Sense of a grand adventure is stepping out of the is out of Carico village. It's coming out of the forest, and then you see the sky, and you realize that the world is much vaster than what you thought was there, and then you go look at that stuff, and you go have fun with it. I don't know. They missed the mark by a little bit, but that's my ideal setting.
Yeah, it's crazy you didn't play Tears of the Kingdom as a huge Zelda fan, but I totally understand where you're coming from, and I think we're absolutely on the same page on that, and we want the same thing with Zelda. I would love to see that, and man, just do it. I couldn't be more excited for it. Honorable mentions that I forgot to put on the list before we get to the main one. Star Fox. Let's see another Star Fox.
Mm.
Let's go. Love Star Fox. Let's see PS4 Pro level graphics Star Fox, and none of the dinosaur adventures. Right? We don't need a 3D action adventure Star Fox. Let's just give us a flying, maybe a shmup Star Fox. That'd be cool. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I would be more than happy to go with that. Um, I think what's missing from the Star Fox, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but the last Star Fox that we got that was the on rail shooter. What we were missing is what we got in '64, which is where all of a sudden we get to go into dog fighting mode. Give me that. I would love
Yeah.
that. Star Fox Adventures was dope though. It just
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
Star Fox.
No, yeah, I loved it. It just wasn't Star Fox. They should have named it a different game. I love Adventures. It's on the GameCube. Uh, just one of my faves. But it's not your like actual typical Star Fox. Kirby, of course, we can't leave the pink balloon out. Kirby's getting Kirby in the Forgotten Land, the Star Crossed World. Switch 2 edition is coming out in August, so we're getting that. Then we're getting Kirby Air Riders. The next entry in the Air Riders series for the Switch 2. They announced that. Might release this year. I don't think so though. I think that's a early 26 title, and we're going to see more from Kirby there. So that's already announced. But yeah, those were the two honorable mentions. Can you think of anything else Nintendo IP wise that I missed out?
I mean, not particularly, not off the top of my head right now. There's probably something, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right, this.
Yeah,
Um, but that's gonna be down the line. I mean, they've got a lot of good offshoots. The great thing about Nintendo is when their third parties hit, they hit hard. I think about Eternal Darkness. I think about Skies of Arcadia Legends, GoldenEye, most notoriously. But the days of the Rare and the Dream Team are over. So we got
right.
to depend on first party until Xenoblade Chronicles. as a third party. I know it's Monolith Soft, but it only ever comes out on the the Nintendo platforms. Give me the next one, please.
Yes. I never got into Xenoblade Chronicles. I typically stick with the three main RPGs: Tales, Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest. That's enough time for when it comes to RPGs. I would love to check out Xenoblade Chronicles though. But yeah, their main mascot, the plumber himself, this is their top one, Mario, right? Everyone loves the Mario titles. I personally love the 3D Mario titles, the 3D action adventure Mario titles, other than the 2D ones. Mario Wonder was awesome though. We got Mario Wonder in 2023 for the Switch. Incredible entry, very
Yeah.
fun. You played Mario Wonder?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great time.
Yep. Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake came out recently, 2024. Super short, really fun game. Remade from the Nintendo DS. But the big player here, I think we're gonna get maybe announced this year, release holiday of next year. This is gonna be our holiday marquee title for the Switch 2. We're getting the next Mario 3D game. Odyssey released in, what was it, 2020, 2019?
Yeah.
Look that up. Well, yeah.
No.
I think we're 7 years out from the last 3D Mario title. The 3D Mario titles are some of my favorite Mario titles. You got Mario 64 classic. I love Sunshine. Galaxy is my favorite Mario title of all time. And then Galaxy 2, of course. I would love to see them go Galaxy 3. How would that be?
I would love that. I just want 3D Mario. You're right. 2017, October in 2017.
17. Shit.
Yeah. Dude, let me get a 3D Mario platformer. I love the plumber in all aspects. 2D, 3D, doesn't matter, right? 3D though is superior in my opinion. I loved it. 64, Odyssey, Sunshine, Galaxy. Like, give me more of this, please. I want more. Short of the RPG series. But which is another topic. But yeah, give me 3D. I think we're due. We're beyond due at this point. And my only concern, and I hope this doesn't end up being the case, is Donkey Kong Bonanza is your 3D platformer for now. Hold off and please don't let that happen.
Yeah,
I would love to see Galaxy 3 though.
yeah, and it is part of the Odyssey team. I think I loved Odyssey. Odyssey got a free patch for the Switch 2, so if you haven't played Odyssey, the Switch 2 is a great place to play it. But yeah, we are due for the next 3D third person, behind the shoulder mainline title. There are rumors out there, Mario Journey, Super Mario Journey. So I don't know. I know it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be PS4 Pro level graphics, which excites me. I hope it runs well. Mario Odyssey ran pretty good, but not optimal. I guess it runs optimal on the Switch too. But yeah, I think that's going to be released next year for sure. And it's going to be our holiday main Switch 2 marquee title. And it might even get a teaser announced later this year. Who knows? Game Awards. Well, no, they won't be the Game Awards. They'll do their own Nintendo Direct for it. But we might get it as a Nintendo Direct closer. And I think it's ready, and I think we're getting that holiday of 26. But yeah, that's exciting. That's very exciting. A next gen 3D third person Mario. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Let's bring it on, brother.
Yep. So yeah, that was kind of the state of Nintendo. They just released their new console. We love it. It's lacking a little bit on the software. They're remastering and remaking a lot of games for it, but who isn't nowadays, right? So we hope to see more from them. We both got the Switch 2. We put our money where our mouths are. We voted with our wallets, and my experience with Echoes of Wisdom and a little bit of Pokemon Violet and just a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom has been solid. I think it's going to be an awesome system, but I can't wait to see what it has. Right, we're in the early stages, and it has so much potential. Can't wait to see what's next, and I think a lot of cool shit's coming. So, yeah, the state of Nintendo. Any final thoughts on that, Bob?
Well, I mean, Nintendo, sort it out. You'll be fine. No, in all seriousness, I think the final thoughts are: I think Nintendo's they've got the momentum. They just need to know how to drive it through, and we will end up with another great success. I don't think Switch 2 is going to outdo Switch 1 numbers, but I think it could be a really good success and a something that Nintendo doesn't do really well, which is a follow up to their systems. So please, you heard a litany of games that we as gamers, as part of your core fan base that grew up with you, would love to see. So please deliver.
Yep. I've always owned the Nintendo console. It's the secondary console for me now. It's my Metroid Mario, Pokemon, Donkey Kong box. But I'm always excited for Nintendo games, and they're one of the best, if not the best, first party developer out there. And they've just hit time and time again for the last 40, 30 years, right?
Yep.
So we're always excited for Nintendo stuff. Let us know what you're excited for. Let us know what titles we may have missed, what IPs are your favorite we may have missed in this list, right? Let us know what you're excited for on the Discord. Let's talk about Nintendo this week, and let us know your Switch 2 experience. And hopefully you're all out there enjoying your Switch 2s, and let us know about it. So without further ado, thanks for listening. This has been the Nintendo episode, and keep on playing that Switch 2. Let us know what you think. Have a good day.
Cold pizza superior.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.